All right, let's start over. Let's start from square one here.
Start a little fresh. This
Okay.
thing just keeps falling. I'm not trying to harp on the budget.
Yeah, but you are.
Why don't you harp on the budget for once? Because
You want me to complain?
you are always complaining to me, and then when the cameras come on, you're acting like I'm the cynic, you know?
Yeah.
Because you really do play this like passive role in the whole thing, where you get to just be the nice guy back there when we're in the meetings, you're pitching all these ideas.
I'm cutthroat. Yeah.
You're talking about 9/11. You're talking about these are hard-hitting topics. I'm not going to take that away from you.
And they're never.
But I have to ask them.
Yeah, they're never gonna be not relevant. Those questions, those topics, you know.
Yeah. Which is kind of fun, you know.
That's why it's fun.
It's a little fun.
I think our generation has a very unique relationship with 9/11.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fall. It's a good time of the year.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, by the way, it is 9:11 a.m. We all have to be quiet for.
It was a Tuesday as well, right?
Yeah,
I think it was a Tuesday, 8 a.m. So like that's right when you get into the swing of things for the week, and it's the beginning of September, and it's like it is fucking nice out today, you know.
And your whole day is disrupted.
It's like Monday I was a little groggy, but today I'm really gonna get at it.
Yeah.
You eat your bagel in the car, and next thing you know, thank God I was in the car, because the parking garage you just went into, someone's peeing in. And you don't want them to pee on your car. So you drove outside, and
what do you know?
And then what do you know? You saw on the news 9/11. And, thank God you were in Ohio at the time, but it could have been bad.
I wasn't born. You weren't born, which is really funny.
Yeah, it would have been fun to be there.
I mean, Steve Buscemi paints a really horrific picture, and it made me think about it. Because
he's a painter? This is a painter?
I'm sure he dabbles in the paints. But
more of a watercolor guy, though.
We have a very unique relationship because we weren't there. My brother and sister, one of the planes flew right over their school near Pittsburgh. They had to do a whole one of those, everybody get in the hallway and put your hands in your knees.
Right.
Because that'll protect you, evidently.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there. You weren't there. And so every year we have to learn about this great tragic event.
Right. It's sort of like God.
Yep.
It's just more. It's kind of like the most recent God type situation for Americans.
Right. And
on American soil, at least, And it kind of like the most recent spiritual event. Because that was I'm not gonna say it was a fun time, but
the most recent spiritual event.
You don't think 9/11 was
spiritual event.
You don't think that those people's spirits were impacted? The people that died?
Many spirits were impacted, yeah.
You were just saying, though, that you maybe don't think it was a spiritual event.
Because I have no idea what that means.
Just, the higher power.
Event.
Well,
that's the thing. I don't think...
Let's talk about 9/12, though, the day after. Because that's when, when you're at the rock bottom, literally, there's nowhere to go but up, and everyone's like, we're going to go up together.
Do you remember Bruno?
And then we got him.
You remember Bruno, the Sacha Baron Cohen character?
No.
Well, he's like a fashionista guy.
Okay.
And he's talking to this man. There's this video of him talking to a man who's he has clothes based on post 9/11, and his character Bruno, he says, a lot of Americans' clothes are very, very pre 9/11.
No, what does that mean?
It means it's old. Pre 9/11 sucks. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. I think we were really onto something, and then 9/11 happened and set us back. Painted a picture. Or for us, we figured out everybody was kind of implying the sort of enemy here. You know. Right.
What I mean? Right. Because before 9/11, I think you and me, we can both agree we were kind of dealing with our problems ourselves.
Right. We
and
were
then this thing
our own
happens,
business.
and it gives us a way to push put our problems on to some. They did it to us. That's why I don't have any money in the bank. It's because of them. Those guys.
Yeah. And
so
it created.
Although there's
enemy.
a nice unity in that. It might be like a false flag sort of thing for like a
right. People say
seems too good.
9/11 united the country in a tragic way.
Right. And then what happened?
The
other part's security.
Boring. Yeah.
The other part's boring. It takes forever, and then we just leave. It's just like, who cares? Whatever. We got him.
Yeah.
Let's move on, Trevor.
Hey, man, I kind of want to talk about what was on Osama bin Laden's laptop.
What was it? It was
like RPGs and like pictures of Hatsune Miku.
Right. I don't know who that is, but I thought there was like a picture of Taylor Swift or something.
Probably. I don't like that's like his American research in a way. I don't even.
You got to think. Yeah, you got to stay ahead of the curve with that stuff.
He was stuck in the cave, so like he had to, just surround himself in.
YouTube in a cave's got to be
great. That's like awesome. That's like what everybody's doing right now. That's what I do when I get home after this.
And if you can get YouTube in there, you can get a space heater. So there's no.
Yeah.
At that point, it's barely a cave. It's more of like the most sound structure you could ever live in,
Yeah.
I think there's some critters, maybe, but I wonder how deep in a cave you gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we have any cave viewers?
Wait, any cave dwellers?
If there's anyone watching this in a cave,
comment below.
Comment below. And Trevor is going to send you $15 on Venmo. Just comment your Venmo down there.
That's right. Yeah, we had some money saved up for this budget here.
Yeah, so we're sending $15.
We're sending it to you, the viewers, the
first
loyal
person to
cave
call
viewers.
in on this episode gets $100 actually. So you guys just got to be the first one. Trevor, you're making it sound like it's not a good. You're making it sound like this is a good deal for people to get in on.
It's a good deal.
Because if you have $100, that would be.
Comment your Venmo. Tell us the XY coordinates of your cave. We'll find you. I won't Venmo it to you, actually. Tell me your Venmo anyways, but I will.
He's going to wire it to you.
I'm going to either give it to you in cash or
PayPal.
Venmo it in person. Like, we'll be in person together, and I'll be like, I'll do like the scan thing, because that's more like personal.
Trevor, you can't just be meeting the fans, and because that's maybe not the impression we want to leave, is you
right.
to be the,
And that's why security is so important after 9/11.
Security is tight, and it's like
we live in a post 9/11 society where security is the most important thing in the world.
Nothing we can do about that. I mean, if we could just get a little sympathy that we're born in a post 9/11 society.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're essentially
no one gives a fuck, and it's like we got to deal with that. The burden of we could have been there, we could have helped, but there's nothing we could have done.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have. I'm pretty quick with the stairs, and I imagine those guys. It was Tuesday. They probably were tired. I think firefighters. I don't think they're in that same groove Tuesday morning. I think that's more of a slump.
Yeah. Well, they did all they could. Those heroes. Do you remember Pete Davidson?
Right. Yeah.
Would not shut up about 9/11 and his mom in Staten Island. Dude.
Right. That's his joke.
That was his joke, and I haven't heard him say anything since.
He does have that. That is the joke. Yeah.
That is. That's the joke. I'm tall. Well, I do drugs. I'm addicted to pills. Hey, have you met my mom?
SNL.
I live in my mom's basement. I buy arcade 1-ups. I don't know.
I know famous people.
Not gonna get into it.
What is? Let's not get into it.
Let's not get into it. Who's our guest today, Simon?
I forget. Oh, Nico. I don't know. I think his last name is Linik, or I don't know how to.
Like the computer software.
No, not Linux.
Linux.
I think it's with a K. And the viewers are going to be able to see how it's spelled. Linik, which is exactly what I thought, and it has to be Linik.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we'll get his origins, figure out where he's from, But this guy, I've known him for a while. He's in the band Dairy Family, which is
and Cellar Dweller.
Cellar Dweller.
And he played a little bit in Six Flags Guy.
Six Flags Guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of the, we've had members of those bands on.
Right. So it's like
a lot
full
of connections.
Circle.
It's kind of a full circle moment for the show here.
It's either connections or a really small circle.
He's a great drummer. Well, I don't even know what that means. He's a good drummer. I used to teach with him just until I retired.
Right. Oh, yeah, you retired from teaching.
Yeah.
How's retirement treating you?
Retirement's good. The deal was not great, but it's better than the other deal where I had to go there and work.
Yeah.
So we used to teach together because he teaches drums and I was teaching guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you put the two together and you get like a band.
Right, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing at that location, or I was doing that before I retired. But this guy, he's still doing that, and he's teaching drums. He's real fluent in the drums.
He is amazing at drums. I just trying to, because I played a couple shows with him with Six Flags guy. And
right.
I was trying to keep. It was just hard to.
Just trying to keep up.
Right. But nevertheless, that just made it more fun. I was just like, I didn't know. He's very improvisational and very good at it.
Yes.
And he's a. I was about to say he's a crazy guy, but he's actually I
hope he gives us some sort of performance.
He's not insane. He's pretty. Oh yeah, did you say anything about that?
No, he's seen the show. he's a fan of the program. He was dying to get on, as many people are, which is why we charge the entry fee.
Right.
But Trevor doesn't know how to get the PayPal set up, so
yeah. Well,
what are
the technology, the failures,
Yeah, I hope he plays. Maybe he'll shake a shaker or something.
Anything, really.
Anything will work.
Yeah.
We got a lot to get into, though. I really want to figure him out, Get to the bottom of the recent, talk about him.
The what?
And he's promoting his new, he's doing some shows, probably, and...
Probably. Evidently.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You got any shows coming up, man?
Yes.
Yeah, are they gonna be done by the time this video's up, or
what's 3 weeks from today?
Like it's like the end of March.
24th.
Yeah.
I think I got a show March 26th at the Natalie's Pizza, which will be a fun one.
Cool. I didn't know that's not Natalie's Grandview.
It is.
Oh, okay. Natalie's Pizza.
I noted for the pizza because I like their pizza. When I went as a kid, I got the pizza.
Yeah, I really like that spot.
Have you had the pizza?
No.
Oh man, you got to try the pizza.
I'll try the pizza. I'll try Natalie's Pizza.
Yeah, I always thought of it as the pizza.
That is a nice.
I went to see a show there when I was a kid. Haven't been back. So this will be fun.
Yeah, they have the atmosphere is cool. They have little planets hanging from.
So they got
ceiling.
Planets hanging around.
They got a waveform on the side of the wall.
There's an atmosphere, real atmosphere.
Real atmosphere. Yeah, and expensive drinks.
Right.
But good pizza, so I hear.
Pizza, yeah, you got to check out the pizza, which is an Italian dish and
a pie.
Yeah, pizza pie.
It is a pie.
Yeah, there's not that much originality in. How do you figure out you can eat a food? You got to try. Someone had to try.
Right, and
I wonder before do you just get a hungry feeling? You're like, I gotta consume something. That could have gone bad.
I think the part of the joy of life is
exploring
the new things. So maybe you should eat some marbles.
We got a lot of children that watch the program, and we want to make it clear that Trevor's joking around with that one. Don't want to eat marbles. That'd be ridiculous. I mean, that would be nonsensical. I miss marbles. I haven't seen marbles in so long. I used to have a little satchel.
Yeah, I have a sock of marbles, or they might be in a satchel. I don't know, but I always kind of, even though I have them in my hand, man, I'm still scared I'm gonna swallow them.
Right.
I think about it. It's like whenever you, so you remember Redbox?
No.
Well, sometimes
Is it a movie thing? Or?
Yeah, rent a movie thing.
Yeah, okay, I do remember.
So sometimes I don't know. It's like when you're a kid. Sometimes you're just holding something valuable in the car and the window's down, and you're like, oh, what if I just threw it out the window?
Oh yeah, you get that thought. You're like, oh my god, could I do that?
Yeah, and you could, but I don't know why you would.
Right,
it would go against
get that
your
when you're
sort
driving,
of thing.
You're like, I could just swear, but could I? Because I'm not going to. So could I actually do it?
Right, and anybody could, but that's like one of
all the kids out there.
That's probably one of the most deadly, intrusive thoughts there is.
Right.
Because cars are like a death trap, dude.
But also, it could be a good story.
It could be a fun time. Right.
Because we love good stories. We got a lot of good stories.
We love cars.
Yeah, we love cars here on the podcast.
Sue me.
Yes. Come on. Who doesn't like a car?
Who doesn't like a good Ford Mustang?
Rolls around.
Who doesn't like a good
Yeah, when
Toyota?
are we gonna get out to the Pittsburgh?
The Berg. Yep. Sometime I would like to in maybe mid-April or May. That would be fun. I really need to write these dates down. I'm a little unorganized with my dates at the moment.
Yeah, they got calendars online. You can just put anything on there.
Yeah. Yeah. I prefer the physical planner that I have that I'm not using, but I really need to. The planner, it's a lifesaver, man, for me at least. When you use it, I'm not using it. My life is in jeopardy. Using it.
All right, mid-April.
Mid-April, we're gonna go to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna my buddy. I would love to make a video with my buddy.
Right.
His videos are. He just uploaded a holiday special yesterday.
He did. We'll bleep this whole thing if he doesn't confirm that we can do the video.
We're gonna do it. I was talking to him.
Yeah, it'll be fun. You don't have any place to stay out there, do you?
I do. We could stay with my aunt, actually.
Oh, you got an aunt?
Yeah, that'd be really lovely.
Nice.
She would love that.
You got an aunt?
I got an aunt and an uncle. Okay, you know that show Detroiters?
No.
It's one of Tim Robinson's shows.
Oh, really?
But last time I was there, like I had a day. I didn't really do much with them. I hadn't seen them in a few years. But you know, they were around me a lot as a kid, and I was just. It was mostly just watching TV at their house, and I was watching Detroiters for the first time, and my Uncle Sid was just watching it with me, and like. That was just our way of connecting. Just like I was watching this like really raunchy, hilarious, ridiculous show.
Uncle Sid.
Uncle
how do you
Sid.
Spell that? SIDD?
I think SID. Yeah. You know they said something very interesting. Cause apparently he started off very Democratic, and she was very Republican, and they married each other, and
now they're both gay.
Dude, that should not have made us laugh like hyenas right there. Holy shit. They say they've both became more of the other way, but they still vote. I think most of the time they voted like opposite of each other.
That's funny.
And they would be like, "Oh, my vote will cancel yours out, so you go first."
We got to do an episode with them.
We'll interview and my aunt and uncle.
Perfect.
We got it all figured out, man.
We're really making moves. Okay, do you have that thing that has 2 XLR inputs?
Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one.
So we can just take that and a camera, really, 2 cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe maybe
do the room.
I was gonna
2 inputs.
I was gonna bring the mixer and the 2 TVs anyway.
Yeah. We could do it. Yeah.
I would do it. I don't care.
We could do
and bring up like a couple power strips.
I'm just thinking for when we do stuff, like if we wanted to do something outside or something, we could do that.
Right. I don't want to bring the mixer outside. That's impractical, but it'd be fun if we tried anyways.
That would be fun.
Just like I'd have to get like a hood for the TVs
right,
because of the glare. That would be a real.
We could make a structure that we bring around.
Yeah, or just think about it and not do it.
Yeah, we can think about it.
Act
we can plan it out.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So we got Nico coming in. He's gonna be here in a second, and we're gonna get into a lot of things. Trevor, you got anything to add?
No,
Trevor's never got anything to add.
I'm really excited to talk to him. That's what I was gonna say.
No shit. All right, we'll be back in just a second. Archive. We're gonna jump right into it. Nico, you're the first guest to participate, but that's why we brought you on for this episode in particular. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a pen and pad, just your basic pen and pad, and we'll just set a timer, say 1.5 minutes, and you just give us your best poem.
My best poem?
Just something seasonal maybe.
Okay.
I had no idea about this. You wouldn't tell me. It really.
Okay, big pad. Okay.
And we're just gonna set it for 1:30, and we're gonna go right about now.
Okay.
Trevor, this is a segment I know you were not privy to in the beginning. Did you record on the room mic?
Yes.
So this is a segment you weren't privy to before the episode started, but I think this is gonna be a winner. I think this is gonna be a kind of a fresh slate for things.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it more down an artistic route, because a lot of people were saying Trevor's kind of been filling it up with a lot of nonsense and you guys are getting off track. I disagree. I think you're doing great.
Who's getting off track?
That'd be you.
Oh, I'm getting off track because
I guess sorry. you'd be messing things up, and the whole program would be getting off track.
Okay.
But not anymore, because I think with this new artistic turn, people are going to see that this is more than just a couple guys having a conversation. We're really getting down to things. We're really figuring things out. Nico, you got 30 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Just want to fill you in there.
Well, I hardly know what's going on, and that's great. So I'm here. I'm here for it.
The important thing is we're going to get something beautiful out of this. This is going to be.
And I will know what's going on. I'll finally figure it out.
Right, you'll get to the bottom of this whole thing, because Trevor's takes him a second to think things through all the way.
Yeah, I gotta think things through a lot. I really do, because I slipped.
4, 3, 2, 1. Right. That's time.
What do we got?
Okay. I wrote a little haiku.
We got a haiku. Could you please read it to us?
Absolutely.
Trevor, please, could you take a second and we're going to bring the energy down. We're kind of, okay.
A breath. Green, my eyes are not. My heart beats with everyone, and my eyes are brown. So you can think about that one. You can think about that one a little bit.
And so you're leaving that kind of open for interpretation.
Yeah.
But what you are saying, and obviously this is subjective.
Is all art.
Right. But your eyes aren't green.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, one to tell you anything about yourself, but they do seem brown.
They do, yeah.
So this is a poem that we know is rooted in something real.
Yes.
Which I think is an important basis for all art.
Some objectivity to it.
Right.
But it can also mean whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah, we're not trying to pigeonhole anyone into these predetermined.
Yeah. And I drew these smiley faces too on it.
See, that's a nice touch.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's actually really nice. Because we didn't even request that, and it's a little cherry on top.
Yeah, if this was school, I don't think you would get extra credit, but it'd be cool if you did.
Right, we don't have the...
A lot of
you're leading by example.
Yeah, we're kind of leading by example here. This is a lifestyle podcast, we've learned.
Yeah.
We figured this out the last couple episodes.
Right.
We're moving that direction, and that's kind of why we brought you on.
Right?
Yeah, Nate's new leaf kind of set us off.
I'm glad that I'm glad he's making some changes.
Yeah, I know, because it was getting kind of weird. We were playing basketball with him just the other day. Nice game of pickup, and he can dunk. He can get up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Nate.
Yeah, he's really turned a new leaf. But Nico, how are you doing?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
It's been a weekend. It's been a weekend for sure.
Right, and it's always been some days.
Yeah. But
this time it was a weekend.
This time it was a weekend, and you know what? I've had better weekends.
Oh,
I've had better weekends.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
So this will be the episode of new beginnings. How do you turn back around when life's kind of mixed you up?
Yeah, you just accept that. You just accept it.
You just feel mixed up?
Huh? No, you just accept that things just happen.
Things do happen.
Things happen, and then you just got to keep going.
Now, what happened to you?
So a month and a half ago, I T-boned a fire truck.
Oh.
Yeah. So that totaled my car.
Now, what car were you driving at the time?
I was driving a 2003 dark blue Toyota Camry.
So that probably didn't do much to the truck, right?
It actually gave it 2 flat tires because I ran right into the tires.
And they probably needed to change those.
Yeah, they changed them.
So in a way,
right.
You're kind of a public servant. Because if they're not going to allocate those funds, you got to take it into your own hands.
Oh yeah, I guess if you put it in that way, yeah. At least the funds are getting used.
But I'm sure it's not a good position for you to be in.
No. I had to go to traffic court.
Ah, what's that like?
Is
that what you're doing this weekend?
No, that was a.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Tell us about traffic court.
Traffic court. So I show up and there's just a line out the door of the courtrumm.
Oh. Is there a cover charge for this sort of thing, or is it?
It is actually
to be determined.
To be determined, but if you get, like, convicted, I guess.
Yeah.
There is a court charge, which is like $100.
Did you pay parking? Did they validate it?
I went with my mom.
So that's nice.
Maybe well, I didn't have a car.
Because the Camry is gone.
The Camry's gone. No car. Oh wait, did I have a car at this point? I don't remember.
It's all jumbled at this point, you know.
So I didn't have to pay for parking, which was nice.
That is nice. Okay, so you're in there.
I'm in there. Court. And I go up to there's a table with a bailiff, and I go up to her. That's what the line is for. I go up to her and I tell her my name, and then she pulls up my file,
right,
and just tells me to sit down and wait to meet with the lady sitting next to her, which I assume is the public prosecutor.
Right, it's one of the persons.
Yeah, one of the persons. So then I go up to her, and she tells me basically what the charges I'm facing and all that.
What do they get you on? Hitting a truck?
Getting in the failing to yield for a public service vehicle, because
that's one way to say it.
The fire truck had lights on.
That's what they got you on?
Well, I mean they
wait, but he cut you off.
So I had a green light and I was going straight, and the fire truck was coming from my left side. So they had a red light, but the lights were on. So
what's the intersection? We'll bleep it out.
The intersection and so I was coming off of
yes
onto
okay.
I hope this is getting bleeped out.
We'll bleep it all out.
Okay. Yeah.
And he just came out of the blue. Was the noise going?
Probably.
But you had the tunes going, perhaps?
I had the tunes going. I don't have tunes going that loud usually, though.
Usually medium volume with
medium
the tunes.
volume. But I was just in my head. I think I was thinking about things, and then I don't hear it, and then I see the fire truck just coming, and I slam my brakes. I slam my brakes, but this was back when there was so much ice on the road.
There's ice everywhere.
Yeah.
So at that point, you couldn't even. You were just drifting.
I was just drifting, and
there was nothing he could do.
No, I don't even know if they saw me.
So what happens with something like that? Is that the best vehicle to hit, a government one, or is it the worst?
Ooh, honestly, I think a fire truck is pretty cool. Fire truck,
they are pretty cool because they got a ladder on them, and they have the hoses on them.
Who else hits a fire truck?
It's a bunch of good people in there. It's usually a group of good people.
Yeah, but
so it's
none
all
of them
good
get
time.
hurt. Yeah, it's all a good time. They were nice.
Are you hurting in the court?
No, I ended up just getting a $100 fine.
Oh, that's not. Wow, I've had a speeding ticket. It's worse than that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ran into a fire truck.
But no car, Simon. No car. But I did get the
insurance. How's that happening?
So I just ended up getting another used car.
So this is kind of.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is it on par with the quality of your Toyota Camry?
It was a 2007 Camry.
And what is your new vehicle?
No, that was the new one. The old one was a 2003. So 4 years. So
this is they got some new tires. You got kind of a fun, sort of like a snow day type of thing. Where were you headed, if I might ask?
I was just picking up a friend.
And you probably didn't even want to hang out with them. So this is a nice excuse to be like, oh, thank you. I hit a fire truck.
We're going. It was a Sunday. Sunday mornings I usually go to meditate.
Oh.
Which I think, did Nate talk about that a little bit?
Nice new leaf. He was touching on it a little bit, but he was clearly inexperienced.
Yeah.
We don't want to hold that against him. We know he's embarking on that journey.
Yeah, I've showed him. I've showed him a few things. He showed me a few things.
That's why I kind of brought you on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, we've actually gone. Nate and I have gone together.
Well, where do you go to a location?
There's it's called KTC. I think it's a Buddhist temple.
What kind of meditation is it?
The kind where you meditate.
You sit down. It's just silent meditation.
But is it a nice room? Is there wooden floors?
Yeah, it's like a shrine room. So at the front, there's a bunch of paintings and little statues of Buddha.
And what's the vibe like in there?
Quiet.
Sounds nice.
Silent, yeah. And they have a singing bowl they hit at the beginning.
Do you find it's nice to like go to a place to do it, opposed to like trying to switch into like it in a space where you are all the time?
It's definitely helpful for me to have like a designated spot.
Yeah,
I've definitely done it by myself, like in my room, and it's more hit or miss if it actually like I can get into it.
Yeah,
because I have so many distractions. My room is so cluttered. I have like drums. I got my bed. I got my computer. I got like a little workout section. So I'm just sitting there looking around.
Is it like a religious thing?
I'd say more spiritual.
Were you when you were growing up? Were you a religious?
No, no. So my mom grew up Catholic and my dad is Jewish, but like not, just not.
So you guys were just having a good time.
We're just having a good time. Yeah. And they grew up in
bunch of candles, bunch of trees.
Yeah. I watched VeggieTales a lot though.
So did I, man.
Yeah, VeggieTales.
Yeah, I watched it a lot. I had a lot of the tapes.
VeggieTales is the shit. VeggieTales is the shit. And their songs, their music is like really good.
It is well done.
Like it's really well done.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but and it's got they've got good life lessons in those.
Right.
I
like PBS a bunch.
Yeah, I was a big PBS kid.
Did you watch? What year were you born? Where were you on 9/11?
I was in Argentina.
Were you really?
I was in Argentina. That's where I was born.
Huh.
That's where I was born, and that's where I lived until I was 1 year.
But it was probably still scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember being scared for sure. Being like, wow, I can't.
You lived there for a while when you were a child?
In Argentina?
Yeah.
So I lived there until I was 1 year, 1 year old.
What were your parents doing down there?
So my parents are from there. That's
really?
Yeah, they grew up there. Mm-hmm.
Now, what is a Christian and a Jew?
Catholic. No. Catholic.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's kind of a different brand.
Sure.
In my mind. What are they doing down there? When did your family move there? What happened? What's going
on? Argentina is like a very
is that the one that's kind of in the middle but kind of on the right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly, actually. Perfect description. Right under Brazil.
Yeah.
It's a bit really long, but it's not Chile. It's not Chile. The skinny long one.
Yeah, the skinny long one, yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, are we good?
Did you just do a cycle? Did you power cycle?
You have to do it.
Jesus. This thing.
Wow.
Budget issues.
I've been like trying not to look over there because I can see myself, and it's kind of like, no, you're good.
Yeah, you don't want to be vain, which is, I think.
But I do want to look at. I need to look at Trevor more.
Yeah. It is important to like separate yourself from that ego. You don't want to be focused on your reflection all the time.
Right.
You don't want to be self-examining, especially not in a visual sense. You can. It's one thing to look inward, but it's one thing to look outward at yourself.
Yeah.
That's maybe no good.
So you were talking about how your parents met?
Yes. Yeah. So Argentina is there's a very big like European population. So there's been a lot of immigration over the so my mom's side of the family, like my grandpa's parents or grandparents are from Spain, and then my grandma's grandparents are from Italy, and then my dad's side is like from like Eastern Europe, like Lithuania.
Huh.
So very like.
Got a lot going on.
A lot going on down there. Yeah, and they met in college. They went in college down there.
Well, that's fun. Do you remember anything from there? No.
From Argentina?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We used to go there like every other year when I was a kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Visit family.
You still got family down there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay. This is you're a child. You're in Argentina.
Yes.
Eventually, you come over here to the America.
The America, yeah.
And what happens between the Argentina days, the glory days,
mm-hmm.
and Sunday morning meditations?
Wow, so much.
Really, a lot happened in between there.
So much. I went to school for a while. I went to school for like 12 grades.
Really?
Yeah.
And how were they?
They.
Now, would you recommend it to like the average?
Case by case.
Case by case.
Case by case. Yeah. The high school I went to was a STEM school.
Yeah.
Do you know what STEM is?
That's like where you have like the kids who, don't smell the best, and they're kind of working on one thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you could work on the lights.
No, that's a good description.
A car. You could work on a car.
You could work on a car. Sometimes they do both.
Right.
Actually.
So, yeah. Because cars even have lights.
Yeah, they have like, well, how many lights do cars have?
And then they go out, and it's like, Jesus, again.
At least 10, I think. Lights.
Yeah, I don't know if we're counting blinkers or if we even want to get into that. Trevor, can you bring us back? What were we talking about?
how your parents met?
I think we moved past that. They met. Yeah.
We went past that.
We're high school.
Right. Yeah.
High school STEM school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you go for what STEM did you choose?
I didn't. So I kind of didn't really choose one. Actually, I chose design.
What were you designing?
Not shit. We made bridges. We made bridges out of like little pieces of wood.
And did those hold up today? Can people still go across those?
No, the bridge. We broke the bridge on purpose. Then afterwards, we did build a shelf. We built a shelf.
I'm just thinking economically.
We built like a bookshelf.
And you put books in it.
And we put books in it, and they had we made like a little fun thing that had gears that you could spin it.
Oh, that's fun.
Little
fidget, perhaps?
Yeah, little fidget on the shelf. But then our teacher made us tear it apart.
Now, do you find the wonder of like childhood slipping away from you every day, little by little, in ways you can't even remember until they're gone, and then you know that there's something missing, but you don't even know what it was?
Yeah, sometimes. That's what I'm trying to get back into. That
childhood wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you? I don't think that's an easy thing. My theory is you can't take the same routes you took when you were a kid to get that wonder. You got to develop some new ways.
I think so, but I think if you can look at what you were doing as a kid that brought you those kind of joys, you can kind of try to get back into that. Like I love walking.
Yeah,
I love walking, and it's great, and I walked today, and I was walking around with my friend Ethan, and we were walking, and I just couldn't stop smiling because I was so happy, and I felt like a child.
Some things you forget you like them until you're doing them.
Like,
walking's a big one because it's like in your mind you're like, well,
right, because you just do that,
right?
That's how I got here. That's how I walked into the door,
right? Because
you were playing something very
well. We were doing our own meditation session before you got here.
What kind of meditation do you guys do? What?
I think it was Trevor was saying it was something with the. I think it was like a Philadelphia meditation.
Yeah, we learned.
Philadelphia?
Yeah. I've never. Have you been to Philly?
No.
Wait,
but I'm gonna go.
What were you basing that thing off?
That was
all bullshit.
It was a scam that I learned online.
It was a scam.
It was a scam. I scammed you for the moment, Simon. I'm sorry.
He's stealing these moments of because I'm trying to look inward.
Yeah.
And he's kind of forcing me to.
I was teasing you. I'm sorry. It was a little. It was kind of a sick joke. Yeah. That's not a good thing to do.
I mean, it's hard to find calm within yourself, Trevor.
Yeah, but it was helping you in the moment, wasn't it?
That's a good point. There are little tricks you can use to get yourself into the right headspace.
Oh yeah.
To, really think things through.
Yeah.
And we were talking location might be one of them. Just being in the right spot, something outside of your usual situation.
Yeah. Sometimes an environment can just like break down and get not helpful.
What else can you do though?
You can. Well, that's what meditation helps a lot, or just like taking a second to stop. And my brain is always kind of going. I have a lot of things in my head,
right? Just
thinking, and sometimes that turns into negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Something you just need.
A lot of the viewers are real negative on themselves.
Yeah, and it's so sad.
It's so sad.
But someone like Nate turning a new leaf, like. It's beautiful, and it's just proof that can happen.
Yeah, anyone can take that step.
Yeah.
Now, maybe some of the viewers, you might not... your steps might be predetermined, kind of laid out. There's only so much you can do.
Some people take small steps.
Some people just kind of stand still.
Everyone's on their own time.
Right.
Some people are sitting down, Trevor. Some people are in a wheelchair, and we want to be...
Some people have one leg up. Some people have...
1 foot in the grave.
1 foot in the grave.
which
Have you always lived in Columbus, man? Is that where your STEM school was?
Yes. My STEM school is right off the West Campus of OSU, like Kenny and Kinnear.
Do you always plan on staying here in Columbus?
For the time being, I love Columbus. I've kind of, especially over the past 4 years, have like built a solid foundation around here. I think, like, met a bunch of awesome people, like Nate, like Max, like Matt, people you've all had on here.
Now, when you're in Sunoco Speedway, or even a larger CVS, a pharmacy sort of corner store sort of thing like that, will you just grab something and put it in your pocket? Or do you pay?
I don't know if I should. I don't know. I don't think I have to answer that.
You don't have to?
I don't think I have to, and
this
I think
is a
I probably
lifestyle thing,
shouldn't.
And people are looking for little tricks to get through the week. Because what I'm trying to say is there's hungry people watching the show, watching the program, and you're kind of, by not sharing those tips.
If you're hungry, and I think it's fine. Like,
right.
CVS, Sunoco, like, they're not gonna miss that. Like,
what if it's an orphan who built the CVS himself?
I think those are bigger problems.
And he's losing money.
He's losing money.
Venture, and you just stole all of his.
The orphan owns.
I'm just saying, why would you do that?
The orphan owns the CVS?
Yeah, he built it with his own two hands.
Okay.
I don't know why that's even a shock to you.
How old is this orphan?
He's an old orphan. I mean,
he's just an adult.
Just no one chose him, sort of thing.
Okay.
It's no fault of his own. I don't know why that's so crazy to you,
No, yeah.
And he built this thing with his own two hands, and I don't know why we're assuming he couldn't do that. And money's tight.
Uh-huh.
And you're going in there and you're stealing his stuff.
What am I stealing? Hungry. What am I stealing?
A Reese's cup.
A Reese's cup?
Reese's Pieces.
So is that is there are there things you should steal more than others?
Food. I think food.
Food?
I think food is more acceptable.
Food's pretty good because it goes bad anyways.
Oh my God, there's so much food waste. Food waste. I hate food waste.
Right, but this guy who
my dad's a chef, and like that's just one of the kind of values I think he's instilled in me.
Is he a good chef?
Oh, he's the
one
best.
of the best chefs.
He's one of the best chefs. He's probably the best chef I know.
Could we hire him to do some sort of catering thing?
Yeah, he's got a restaurant.
Trevor's got a birthday coming up.
Oh.
He was talking about Sky Zone.
Oh.
We wanted to save
You want
money
some empanadas?
Because we realized you got to buy the socks individually.
I'm trying to plan 7 months ahead.
Well, it's
Sky Zone.
Sky's the limit.
You gotta have the night booked. That's a busy place.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get
When's your birthday?
Situation going on.
October 11th.
Okay, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
It'll be here soon.
Because this is 3 weeks out, so it's almost by the time you guys are watching this.
I'm practically halfway there.
Yeah.
Right. And, Nico, you're invited.
Okay. Thanks.
Viewers.
Thanks for inviting me to Trevor's birthday.
Yeah, he put me in charge of the whole management of the whole thing.
He's gonna send you. You're gonna have to RSVP, but you're gonna get.
Do I get a +1?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Sweet. Good.
You can't put me in charge of management and then just hand out +1s like that.
We're gonna have to.
Give me $50 to put this thing on. I spent it all on a.
How much does it cost to rent a Sky Zone? I feel like it's got to be more than $50.
Well, we're gonna haggle. It's 7 months out. We can work this thing out.
Whittle them down to. We're gonna start out with like 80 and then haggle them down to 50.
Okay.
Right.
And then I don't know. We're gonna see what goes from there.
When was the last time you ran through a forest?
Ooh.
Really, just crunching on sticks, jumping over a creek, just the wind in your hair.
Wow, that's such a good question. I feel like I had to have done that this year at some point.
And do you want to get back to that sort of thing?
Absolutely.
Back to your roots?
Yeah. Like I love walking. I love going around in the woods. I love the metro parks.
Metro parks, and those are big parks.
Those are big parks, and they got woods in there.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
I'd like to own a nice hill someday,
A hill?
Yeah, a hill.
How big of a hill? What is on top of the hill? Is there a banana tree on top of the hill?
There could maybe be a property, a tree. I don't think it'd be a banana tree, but
okay.
Also, don't want to write off that idea.
I feel like it'd be cool.
Yeah,
like in Ohio.
Right, we're definitely not doing that. We could do like some fruits.
Fruit tree, peach, banana.
Yeah, banana tree would be great.
Banana tree would be great. It would look very unique.
Yeah.
On the landscape.
What's your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit?
Yep.
Ooh, I do like bananas actually. I also love mangoes, but
good.
I hate cutting mangoes. I don't like to cut mangoes.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
You got the whole pit in the middle.
Do you like pineapple?
I like sour pineapple.
Where can I get that?
Well, you just go to the store and get.
You just take a chance, Trevor.
You just take a chance.
Take a chance with things.
You don't want it to be too green. Okay. But you don't want it to be too yellow.
So that's in a section, sour pineapples.
Well, no, it's just
Trevor. It's just a fucking pineapple. You gotta take a chance on these things. When he goes to the store, he's not.
There's not a sour pineapple section.
Yeah, there's no sour pine. It's all just.
Are you saying pineapple can be sour sometimes?
Yeah.
I just haven't come across it.
You haven't come across sour pineapple? It's just like slightly less ripe pineapple.
I still haven't lived.
Clearly.
Like with any fruit, slightly less ripe. I always prefer sour.
Right. There's just so many options at the stores nowadays. They're all too expensive.
But isn't that what's great about America?
Right, because of the options and whatnot.
Because there's so many choices.
And you can just pick them all.
Yeah. You can't because you can't really afford them.
Sometimes it's a financial issue.
Yeah.
And we don't.
But the choice is there.
They're just right there.
You
can buy anything.
Well, no.
No, not anything.
Not anything because of the financial.
Because the financial issue is going to get in the way. But if you have like some credit, now we might be talking. And this is what I keep telling Trevor about the podcast because this thing's,
Do you guys have credit cards?
Well, Trevor's trying to open one for the show,
For the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've tried about like 3 times and it's dinged my own credit card 3 times. So yeah, we're gonna try for a 4th. They might say yes this time.
Will that help with the budget?
It would help with the budget.
Like.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice in here. I feel like.
Well, the studio space costs a lot to rent out, and
okay.
Just we're the only ones putting anything into this.
Yeah. No, I can tell.
What do you mean you can tell?
I can tell that you guys have been putting so much work into this.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Yeah. That really means a lot to us here at the program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, okay, so I wanted to ask you, do you read books?
I do. It's actually a kind of recent development over the last year that I read books.
Hardcover, paperback, audio?
I prefer hardcover for sure, but I'll read paperback.
We're trying to get a segment going where we have like good reads, maybe sort of a book club thing can form here. Do you have any suggestions for the viewers?
Ooh, oh, they're coming. They're finding. They're coming after me. Oh no, that was the police. I almost hit another fire truck a couple weeks ago.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Was there ice on the ground then?
No. So managed to stop. To stop. So did they.
That's a testament to brakes these days,
Mm-hmm.
The automotive.
And this was in my new car. New
Camry.
The new 2007 Camry.
Is it beige? I want to say it's beige.
How did you know that?
Because I keep running into.
Oh, that's right. You keep seeing me in it.
I keep running into Nico. I've seen him like once a week for the past
just
8 months.
Out in the world.
Right, out in the wilderness and
like down on.
Right.
Then at the.
And we'll bleep this all out. I mean, we don't. We have a lot of fans who kind of follow this thing religiously.
Okay.
And
that's me.
Right. That's why we had you on.
And I'm honored
because we wanted to move this in kind of a spiritual direction.
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor's been having some self-esteem issues.
Okay. Hey, that's normal.
I didn't let him know this beforehand, before the show.
That he's having self-esteem issues?
Well, I didn't let him know that I was aware of it.
Oh, okay.
So he's kind of taken aback.
But you can tell.
I can definitely tell. And we want to let him know that this is this is a safe space. You can get things off your chest. Right. I mean, what's going on, man?
What's up, Trevor?
He just laughs it off.
No, I feel great. And this is fun. I feel great.
You're a little redundant there. This is the thing where
I feel like you're.
What more can I say?
Dig a little deeper.
Yeah, you gotta dig a little deeper. You gotta figure out what inside of you is like not satisfied with your day to day.
Or maybe you are satisfied, but where's that coming from?
Who said I wasn't satisfied with my day to day?
That's what I'm. Yeah, you could be. You could not be.
Yeah,
but like,
it's kind of all.
I've been enjoying my crappy job more. It's less crappy now.
Okay.
After 3, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool for me.
I think it's as simple as
a better mindset. But
really puts you in a better place.
I think also just having people like I've just become. I think I've realized that I like people a lot more, and I like being social a lot more than I thought I did. So I've been interacting with anybody at work now, and that helps.
That realization.
I don't know. I just kind of like with that kind of job, it's kind of like a tough job, and I kind of wanted to figured if I just kind of stay on my own and just
get through it.
Sure. I felt very alone to say the least, but like I'm not. I mean, nobody's really alone if you just open yourself up and talk to people you wouldn't normally talk to.
You know, that can be a hard thing to do, Trevor. It's hard to make friends.
Well, we're all human.
Right. What'd you say?
We're all human.
We're all human. We're all
We're all just people.
It's good to make a friend.
We're all going through the same stuff.
You got to get out there and meet your fellow citizens.
Yeah. It's true. No, community is really important to me, and it should be to everybody.
It's so important who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Right. And
there's I feel like I've heard a thing where like you're the culmination of like the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
That'd be sad. That would be unfortunate.
What did you
put
say?
A negative light on the whole thing, but that would be just. I've heard actually a saying that you're the 5 people that you like the most, kind of put together.
Okay, that's like I feel like that's like very similar to what I said.
Right.
But
if it's just like the people you spend time with.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't always get to choose.
Well, yeah, that's part of it.
That's just kind of the making up of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get to choose that.
I mean, there are circumstances where you don't. Yeah, but I feel like you have a lot more power than you realize too.
Everyone, the individual.
Yeah. Every person has so much power.
Now, what are you using your power for? What are you trying to manifest in your life?
Just contentness.
Contentness.
Yeah,
you gotta take it a day at a time.
You gotta take it a day at a time. I try to find some joy in every day. I feel like usually I look forward to like shows and gigs and stuff, which are always usually at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to just pour focus into every day and doing something that I enjoy.
Now, what's your day-to-day looking like?
My day-to-day?
Yeah.
I wake up, I eat breakfast. I've been making oats. I've been making overnight oats for breakfast.
Oats.
And I'll read a little bit. And then I'll work out sometimes, do a little workout just to get the body moving.
Now, what time is it by here?
What time?
Yeah.
Like 9.
Okay. Well, our early bird gets the worm. So
yeah, I get up at like 7:30 usually.
Now, what is your big task for the day? What are you getting done?
Ooh, okay, so I'll work out. Sometimes I like to go on a walk too.
Right,
if the weather's nice.
Around, yeah.
Love walking. Practicing, just playing the drums. Sometimes I'll practice like concepts. Sometimes I'll just play.
Right, mess around, all sorts of things.
Mess around. Been trying to play bass more, play piano more, and then just kind of go to work. Every day's got a different kind of end goal. What?
I have something to comment on about messing around.
Okay.
It's a great thing to mess around, and everybody should do it.
Right.
I remember my brother had this one weird friend you can bring over, and he's like. Yeah, I was like 9 or something. He's like, "What do you like to do, Trevor?" And I was like, "I don't know, mess around." And he's like, "Okay, so how do you think God feels when you like to mess around?"
I think messing around is a very key part of the human experience.
I love messing around. You gotta mess around. That's also helps work a lot. You just gotta like have fun.
Yeah.
Like, just try to have fun every day.
Oh
like
my
just
God,
a little bit at least, or have that sort of idea.
Absolutely.
Right, but some of the viewers were saying they feel like they're cogs in the machine and that they're never going to get out of this thing and they're going to die.
I absolutely feel like a cog in the machine.
They were saying
you can be a fun. You can be a
time's fleeting.
You can be a fun cog.
Yeah.
That is kind of a good point. If you're in the machine, you might as well kind of have a good time.
Exactly. We all got to do stuff to.
Is there a way
survive.
out of the machine?
Right.
Is there a way out of the machine?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Come on, when does that happen? What is that false promise? At some point.
At some point. Everyone's on their own path.
So everyone's on their own.
Everyone's on their own. I think there's a way out, but there comes a lot of consequences with that.
Now, what does that mean?
The machine,
like Narnia, where time stands still and it's all kind of weird, or consequences in a more spiritual sense?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Like you just go live off in the forest,
right?
And survive like that. But you won't be able to reap the benefits of the machine.
Sure. Yeah.
What's your perception of time like?
Yeah. What's that like?
How do I perceive time?
Yeah. Like how do you feel about time in general? Because Simon was talking about how at some point you can get out of the machine, and I think if you're patient enough, you'll get out of the machine. But some people aren't patient, and it's all how you basically look at time, I guess. Mm-hmm. So
I think that's kind of what they want you to think. They want you to just wait it out.
But maybe that's what they want you to want. Maybe that's what they want you to think that they want you to think. This is a real Princess Bride situation, Uh-huh.
Why? That's a great movie, but why?
With the cups, with the wine.
I don't remember this.
Inconceivable.
Correct. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wallace Shawn.
No, I think time is relative, actually.
Right.
I've just thought of that.
Well, now you spend a lot of your time dividing up time.
I do.
With different hits and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think actually, time slows down a little bit for me when I do that.
Right. I always found that's a great joy in the music is that you got this chunk of time that you know what's going to happen, and.
But you don't. Also.
Right. You also don't. But there's like a.
I love like improvising whenever I can and all that.
But there's an underlying thing that's you're all connected.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one thing I love about the community that I've kind of come into too over the past 4 years. Like Max.
And this isn't a cult or anything, right?
No, no, not at all. Absolutely not. I don't know.
You guys don't. This community of yours, you guys don't target any groups of people, or you try to grab anybody.
We try to grab people.
Attention.
Yeah, we grab attention and grab people that like agree with the kind of
no violence.
No violence. No. We just
this is just like a community of people.
Yeah, and they love being silly and making music.
I love music.
I love being silly.
Yeah, clearly, Trevor.
Those are the two best things.
I think so. A great combination as well.
Yeah. You sounded great at the acoustic show, by the way.
Thanks. You guys were awesome.
Thanks.
That was really cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Those shows are a bunch of fun. The acoustics, I like everything's nice and soft, and
that was
a bunch of space.
The first time that Dairy Family that we did a acoustic.
Yeah, that was cool.
Set, and I.
What is that thing called that you're sitting on?
The cajon.
Yeah, cajon.
Yeah, that was my first playthrough with like that setup for a lot of those songs.
Really?
I was kind of making it up.
That was really cool.
As I went, which was a fun element.
Yeah, it's like the best setup for a show. It's all quiet and nice.
I used to see the cajon a lot growing up.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see anyone.
The cajon
Where did you grow up?
Oh, in Pittsburgh. That's actually.
It's a big cajon town.
In Cajon Town, yeah. I think that's where it was invented, actually.
Right, Pittsburgh Cajon Town.
You're serious?
No.
Yes, the town of the cajons.
My sister played a lot of acoustic shows growing up in Pittsburgh, and I always saw the cajon, and I do love a good like when bands do acoustic sets.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of people around here busting out the cajon.
No.
Maybe you're not.
It's all about the loud. It's all about the loud.
I like it nice
here.
and soft. Let's all just sing songy.
Mm-hmm.
Real folky, have a good time.
You like to get hard sometimes though too.
Yeah.
Pause.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. But on the matter of music, sometimes it's nice to do the full band, full push, full rock band sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's
that's how I started.
Also, less room for nuance when it's all loud and.
Yeah, but you could get really quiet. You could
all get really quiet
and then get really loud.
Right, but you gotta you'd be like, hey, let's get quiet.
Yeah, but you kind of have to do that.
You do have to be aware of those things when you're playing. Like let's be mindful of everyone else. We gotta be keeping time ourselves. Because naturally you kind of forget a little bit.
Yeah.
So how do you stay sharp? How do you stay on top of your game?
How do I stay on top of my game?
A lot of people were like, well, how does Nico stay so on top of his game? So we were getting you in here, and we wanted to dive into that.
I just try to be nice to myself.
Right.
I just try to. That's kind of a big thing, because I've dealt with anxiety a lot.
Right.
And I just try to be like, hey, buddy, it's okay. You're doing good.
It's all right.
It's all good.
Everything's
slow
gonna be
down.
fine, but sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it's not, and that's okay too.
Right, that's fine too. But sometimes you die.
Sometimes you die, and that sucks.
That does suck.
But that's why I try to have some fun every day.
Right, because eventually it does end.
It does end.
But we don't want to harp on that or anything,
No, I don't mean to bring the vibe down.
That's all right.
Well, actually, no, I do. Let's bring the vibe down.
Let's bring the vibe down. Trevor, take this for a second. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Maybe bring us more into a sentimental mood.
Oh, okay.
This whole thing.
Well, I was just about to ask if.
Oh, this doesn't move. I was hoping this would spin. That would be very cool.
How long have you been playing the drums?
I've been playing the drums for just over 7 years, I think.
7 years. So since you were.
Since I was 17.
That's pretty cool, man.
2018.
Yeah.
My junior year of high school.
It's pretty inspiring. Because you're a very good drummer.
No, thank you.
And 7 years. That's. Yeah, I don't know. A lot can happen in 7 years.
Yeah, a lot can. So I started playing in high school with one of my best friends. He started playing the bass.
Yeah.
Shout out Gabe in Portland, Oregon. Now,
Gabe,
miss you. And then a couple of years went by and started Cellar Dweller.
Sweet.
So started Cellar Dweller with Cade, and we recorded an album. And we didn't know what we were doing, and we were both very bad. We were both very bad at our instruments.
Now, what's the next step from there? Because a lot of the viewers are very bad at not just their instruments, but
in general.
Yeah,
just
whatever endeavors they're trying to pursue. No, not necessarily character. I'm not trying to judge their character.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying they're not skilled in what they think they're skilled in, and they're trying to take this next step. And because the fascinating thing about human beings is that over time, if you stick with something, you can become good at it.
Yeah.
That's the fundamental cool thing about humans.
You know what? Some honest advice, I think, is find people who are doing what you are doing and want to do and are doing it better.
Right.
And then try to just spend as much time with them as you can.
What if you get as good as them? Do you have to kick them to the curb and leave them behind and get with the better people?
No.
So you're not. It's not a cutthroat attitude you have to have. But it's fun. Friendly challenge.
Sure.
Is great for the mind. Great for the whatever craft you're trying to.
Yeah. No. That helped me a lot. I'm meeting once Cellar Dweller started playing shows. I met so many amazing, talented drummers like Isaac Rowe, who you know
right.
Isaac. You know Isaac.
He's gonna come on the program at some point.
Yeah. Isaac Rowe, Auden Stevenson.
He's up in
Cleveland
now.
Shout out. Jake Quadrino, Isaac Bednarki.
Nice.
Nate Asamoah.
Then you gotta
legends.
You're playing with these people. It makes you want to get better.
Yeah, because most of them are all going to OSU for like jazz.
Right.
And I was just at OSU doing like communications.
Right.
and
which is paying off.
Which is so paying off.
Because we are communicating.
We're communicating, and I think we're doing a fine job.
Yes.
But yeah, I saw them playing. I saw them playing in like groups like Okra and JS and Gunk.
Right.
And Dairy Family, back when Auden was in Dairy Family.
Right.
And being like, oh my God, these guys are so fucking good. I need to get to this level. And then I just, that's kind of sparked the fire under me to practice so much.
Yeah.
Practice so much and get to that.
It's a beautiful thing to get good at something.
Yeah, and to have
a lot of the viewers, will just never amount to kind of anything.
It's so awesome to have a loving community.
It is. It's nice. It's important to have.
It's so important, and I'm so grateful
people
for
around
it.
you that can challenge you but still support you.
Yeah.
You can be honest with, but they'll also lie to you if they need to.
There's no ego.
Right. There's no ego,
which is great, and so important with when you're trying to improve and yourself and others and create art with people.
Yeah.
Because
let's get real for a second, guys.
Yeah, bring it down.
The moments you have are all you got.
Yeah.
This is it. It happens once, and then it's over.
Wow.
No one remembers. So you got to be there while you're here. You got to be here while you're there. Because it doesn't happen again,
Wait, can you say that again?
So
can you say that again?
You gotta be
exactly
here.
How you said it?
You got to be here while you're there. And then if you're over there, you still got to feel like you're here with us, Because if you're not present in every moment, then it passes and you never get it back.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do you do with that guilt of the wasted time?
Don't. It's fine. It happens. The human mind wanders. Just be okay.
Right.
That. Just be like, okay, that I was thinking about something and I wasn't here, but now I am here.
Sometimes I worry my last moments will be like wasting time, Yeah. Like,
what's wasting time to you?
I don't know. Like, I'm about to go do something, and then I'm like, let me sit here for a second instead. And then I just die. And it's like, you like to think your last moment would be like in pursuit of something.
You were in pursuit of very quick dopamine.
Right.
And that's fine.
See, but the thing here is, when you were a child, everything was just wonder and bliss.
Yes, I remember you talking about. You said something exactly like this,
right,
a couple episodes ago. I'm a fan.
Everything was wonder and bliss just naturally.
And you didn't have any like immediate distractions that you could rely upon.
Yeah, and there was nothing.
You just had to fucking wait sometimes.
And I don't even think it's as simple as like we got the phones now. I think it's just like to some extent it's a natural part of getting older, but because
I don't know. I think the technology definitely plays a big role.
Phones, dude.
I think it's the.
Well, it's definitely a big part.
I think phone bad.
But do you think people in the 50s or so or wherever before the phones? Do you think adults had the same amount of wonder as they did when they were? They still like look back to it on nostalgically, right? So
yeah,
it's like,
I guess that's a good point. Well, I mean, at that point, also, you're a part of the machine. I think the machine also plays a big role in it.
What machine?
The society machine.
Oh, the big
job machine,
right?
And you got to pay bills,
right?
You got to buy a house, you got to pay cars.
But those are probably better problems to deal with than like you got to kill something to eat it, right?
For sure,
right?
Yeah. Some would say, some would disagree.
Yeah.
It'd be strange to disagree, but it is an interesting thing, But what do you do? My theory is, as you get older, you lose that natural wonder, and you got to get back to it with maybe hard work, maybe a focus.
I don't think it's a natural thing to lose that wonder. I think it's still like in there. I think just because of all the things that you have to do as you grow older, all the responsibilities that are put onto you, like, you have to push it down.
Right.
But it's there. It's so there.
But what do you even do with it, Who are you going to go ride bikes with? Trevor broke his fucking... the brake cable.
No, it's going to get fit. I'm going to fix it, all right?
Yeah. It's all talk, no show. We're trying to pedal for the orphans, and Trevor kind of backed out last second.
I ran into Simon, actually.
Right.
I do that all the time. But you literally ran.
Right, this was a physical,
He was turning, and he let me know, and I was coming in hot. So.
Right. Instead of, because some there would break, he decided to take a different route and just go right into me.
Also, the first ride of the year, the weather was really good.
It was not that great.
When was this?
January.
There were some good days in January.
There's about 2 good days, yes.
When it first got kind of nice.
Yeah. It was probably 43.
And the gears, just like a part of the gears broke. But I'm gonna get it fixed this weekend.
Right. Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see. Knock on wood.
Because we're doing the bike for the orphans, remember?
Right. It's
for the orphans?
Yeah, but for the orphans.
Which orphan?
Not the one who built the CVS, which I know you might have been thinking.
I was thinking that.
There's a lot of orphans.
That's the only orphan I know, I think.
I wonder, is it common to know a bunch of orphans? Because I don't really.
Do you know how many orphans do you know, Trevor?
I know none. Oh, wait. You know what? My dad is kind of an orphan. He doesn't.
Really?
Both of his parents are dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 orphans.
I know
Your dad and the CVS orphan.
It's good to be inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're in these groups. I know you teach drums professionally.
I do. That is my job.
And you get paid for this, and you show them how to play, and then they kind of emulate that, and they make the connections for themselves, and then they take that knowledge out into the world, and kind of put it into action, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So you, at this point in your life, do you feel like this routine you got? And I don't know how long you've been in it, but do you think you're gonna try to keep it up? Stay in this groove you're in?
That's a very good question. Because,
Oh, that's interesting. A little power cycle.
Wow, another power
Jesus.
cycle. Yeah, but it did it on its own, so.
Oh,
wow, amazing.
Great.
That's a great question. I've actually been thinking about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the process of interviewing for some manager positions at some of the studios that I work at. And I don't know if that's something I want to actually make a change for. Because I love teaching.
Yeah.
It's very fulfilling.
Yeah.
And it also allows me to do all the stuff that I do throughout the day also.
Right.
For myself.
You like the schedule?
I like the schedule. I like the schedule that I have right now, and it's also very flexible with shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've got planning a couple little tours around for this year, which I'm so stoked about. Going to New York again with Dairy Family.
That'd be fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. Oh, wow! What did Max talk about when he was here?
Max, he was touching on all sorts of things. We were talking about...
Wow, I'll fucking watch this next week.
We were talking about beating women, I think.
Oh.
For a second, we touched on that. He had some hot takes on it, some real hot takes on that.
That was...
He was like, I feel... I don't want to... I'm going to paraphrase. I think he was like... It's okay. He said something like that. Which which opened a dialogue, which is kind of... What's nice is if you come back weekly to this show, we kind of work through things,
Wow,
we grow together.
It seems like Max needs to turn a new leaf.
Well, we might have him back on the podcast, really get into things for a second time. Because Trevor was real dismissive, like he is. And let's not get hung up on the past.
We're here right now.
Nico, yeah, we're here right now. And, we're so happy you came here.
Wow.
But we do want to ask you, look into the future,
Yeah.
20 years from now.
Okay. Wow, that's a long time.
What do you want a Wednesday to be like,
Ooh. I would love for a Wednesday when I'm 44. I would love for that to look like wake up, I'm surrounded with people that I love, and I can just spend the day making music.
And do you cook?
Oh yeah.
Oh, instant oats? Would you stay on that, or would you go?
You know what? I'm probably hopefully.
Would you have a garden of some sort?
Yeah, I have a nice little herb garden.
Microgreens, or would you go like tomatoes?
Yes, both.
Okay,
both. Yeah, some herbs, some fruits, some veggies, a banana tree.
And you'd still be an early riser.
Probably, yeah. I do like getting up with the sun and then going down with the sun.
Right. That's circadian rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Real important, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and cooking food and making music. And you know what? Fuck it, maybe I'll also like have just a like a weekly gig or something on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I go play songs in the evening.
Something nice, people. Something, you can go connect with people.
Yeah. Like you guys ever been to Hoodoo Soul Band?
Yeah. They're great.
I love it's crucial for me.
Crucial.
Every Sunday it's part of my routine. I like
Sunday. Little routines like that.
Yeah.
The show's been nice for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't when they told us to do it originally, I was like, I don't want to. And Trevor was feeling the same way, but it's actually been a really nice routine for us,
Okay. Wow. Who made you do this?
It's just been like a really good routine for us to have this thing, weekly to dive into.
This wasn't your idea? Someone put you up to this?
What we're saying is like this is weekly. It's nice to have little routines weekly because it kind of gives your life a sense of rhythm.
But what is a week?
And really? Eventually, what's interesting is like when you're a child, you're put into all these different circumstances, and eventually you're not in any of them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the school. You're not in the. You're not around the same people anymore.
No.
So you got to kind of build it yourself. It's kind of a BYO, kind of a BYO community,
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to do, but I think it's attainable for each and every one of us.
Absolutely.
Nico, would you agree?
I would 100% agree.
Trevor, you've been real pessimistic. Would you agree with that statement? I think you could agree with that.
I would absolutely. I've always agreed with that statement. I love having a community I just love being in a community.
Right. I think that's a beautiful thing about life.
It's always interacting. Mm-hmm. It's always been a thing in my family.
Yeah.
That yes.
You're very connected to your family.
I don't know.
Trevor doesn't like to dive into the family.
Okay.
These are a little tough.
The community thing. That is a core. That's a core value of mine. So when you say I'm a little pessimistic, man.
Well, I don't want to. Just call it how it is.
Hey, yeah, no.
I can see the truth on this show.
I can do this.
Shine a light on
me. I don't know what that song is.
The midnight special.
Now, what was that? Was that Macklemore?
No, dude. Creedence Clearwater.
Yeah, that was my second guess, actually. Because I think they did that song together. Can't Hold Us. Nico, looking into 2025, do you have any plans for travel? I know you were talking about little tours, but just for...
Yes, I actually am thinking of going to Toronto, maybe visiting Toronto, and I just kind of realized that I have
free reign.
I have free reign. Actually, I don't have to sit down.
Well, there's not really any bounds to this thing.
Yeah,
the bounds are kind of your imagination here.
The bounds are kind of this cable.
You're actually breaking new ground right now.
Right.
This is.
I really enjoy it, man.
This is kind of a documentary at this point.
And this is your camera?
Yeah.
If you want to knock it over, make a scene.
Yeah, I could actually do this.
Just shatter the whole thing. I'm not gonna
turn it around. No, I'm gonna turn it this way. Wow, and I can see you. Wait, I want to turn.
This whole thing is malleable. You guys, I know behind the screens, you guys think this thing runs like, but we set it up. We put this thing together.
I'm enjoying it so much.
Wow.
Which is why Trevor was setting up a PayPal, and I don't know where he got with that, but. You guys could actually, if you wanted to, you could donate, any sort of, whatever you guys feel.
You guys should donate to the donate.
Just kind of like whatever you feel this added to your life, you kind of add it back to us. It's kind of a pay it forward sort of thing, because not everybody has like the ability to pay it themselves,
Oh, that was a very specific set. I'm so sorry.
And I think like...
Okay, yes. Hold on. You fix it?
You got any board games that just like you can't get enough of?
I got Mousetrap once for Christmas, and
I love that game.
And
I've played one game where you roll some pigs and you try to land them.
Yeah, so I got it for Christmas, and then we just built the whole thing up, and then that's not how you're supposed to play the game.
Oh, but it was fun, probably a good time.
It was fun, and then we rolled a little ball down.
You ever have like architectural goals like that?
In real life?
Yeah.
Almost. Oh.
But not quite, because those things are kind of hard to get into, especially when you're doing...
Things are happening so
a much. Communications major, it doesn't necessarily touch on architecture.
No, well, I almost did that. I almost switched into
Really?
Yeah. I went into college undecided, and then I went to communication, and then I had a friend. She ended up doing, I want to say landscape architecture.
Which is just kind of made up, right?
Yeah, it's not real.
I mean, that's not even... That's just like a bunch of guys with the mowers, right? Landscape architecture?
I think so.
Or it could be like a fountain.
She's going to be mad if this is wrong. She's not going to be mad.
It could be like the fountain studies of fountain.
Of fountains?
Because those aren't easy to make, and no one's claiming they are.
How do you get the water in there? And
I don't actually know how you get the water in there.
And it keeps going.
I'd imagine it would take like a pipe of some sort.
Oh my god!
A public filtration system.
That's great. Now you're breaking new ground, Trevor.
Trevor's gone POV with the whole thing.
Wow! Now everyone can see the setup.
This is kind of behind the scenes.
Wow!
This is the palm rest. my big hand. Yep.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
What am I paying you for if you're just goofing around over there? Although we were touching on how it's important to like goof around. It's important.
Yeah.
To play your way through life. Mm-hmm. Kind of dance your way through this whole thing.
Yeah, and also like you have so much power. Like
That was a powerful move you just did, man. That was really powerful.
The power is in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Nico. Tell us what you're looking forward to. Tell us what do you want to say to the people before you go here?
For me?
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to continuing to invest in the people that I love.
Right.
And creating new sounds with those people, and making food, and teaching kids how to make music and find joy within that for themselves.
And we hope you don't die before.
Yeah, and that would be great if I get to live for a while.
I know
some people
don't.
Some people don't.
But some people do. And we were thinking you might be one of those people.
Oh. Well, thanks.
We have no basis in that claim,
Yeah, who knows?
Tomorrow could be your last day, for all we know. But we have a good feeling about you.
Wow. Thanks. I have a great feeling about you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Would you be down to do some sort of musical performance? Maybe some slam poetry?
Some slam poetry?
We have a shaker over here and some pencils.
You know what? I'll do a little shaker.
Okay. We'll get something going. Trevor, any words to close this thing up?
I have no words. I do have words. That was a great interview, Nico.
Wow. Yeah, thanks.
He just never has really anything to contribute at the end there.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
So did I. I'm so glad that you did too.
It's just such a blanket statement, Trevor. You'd think you'd have something specific, like, I really liked,
Dude, you're not working 4 fucking cameras, dude.
It's all about you want to get into the pay live on air? We'll wrap this thing up.
Is this the end of the broadcast now?
Well, no. We'll switch over, get a performance.
Right, but you guys just had a big fight.
We're not gonna let that get in the way. Stop this thing from getting out.
Wow, that's very mature of you guys.
Trevor's horsing around this isn't the first time this has happened, Jesus.
That's for the Dolphins.
That's really something special.
Trevor, any words?